Hello, welcome to the Lone Wolf Tarot. I am the Lone Wolf. We're going to pull three cards from this deck to get some, like, I guess, founding information. Oh, Doctor really wanted to come out, even though I shuffled. So we have Doctor, okay, and then we have Butcher. Wow, what two opposite energies. And then we have one more card to pull. Child in reverse. Okay. Don't know where this is going to go, but we're going to find out. So we also have three cards to pull here to support each individual card. So Doctor, what do we want to say for Doctor? Okay, so Doctor is compromise. Okay, with Butcher. Let's see what Butcher is. Collaboration. Compromise and collaboration, that's low-key the same energy. Okay, and then child, please. What are we going to have for a child, please? Notice that the cards are not coming out and flying. Oh, except for this one. As soon as I say that. Calm and reverse. They're like very, um, like, not aggressive, I'm going to say. So, except for this one, which I remember. Anyway, so with that being said, we have compromise. So there could be some type of, like, okay, so with doctor and compromise, maybe this doctor is involved in some type of dispute. Okay, maybe this doctor is trying to get you to agree with some type of a treatment. Okay, there could be a surgery going on, and maybe you need to consider your other options. Maybe you need to get a new doctor. Um, Yeah, maybe you just need to get a new doctor. There's also potential with compassion on the bottom of doctor that you need to reconcile with someone. You need to have compassion for them. You need to be considerate of whatever they're going through, even if you don't agree with it. Okay, because let's be real, these two are very opposite energies. We have butcher and we have doctor, and those are not the same. One heals and like tries to maintain someone's life and take care of them. The other one's like a murderer, Loki. So it's like with collaboration, you could be working with somebody who is seen as cruel, maybe someone who is a little bit ruthless. Maybe also with collaboration, maybe there's like a need for you to be in alignment with some type of ruthlessness or cruelty. Maybe you're helping someone be more cruel. Maybe because of this treatment or whatever, like maybe this treatment you need to reconsider. Maybe it's bringing out some type of like darkness in you, so maybe you should be consider a new type of treatment or another option because it's giving you like a darker energy where you kind of are cruel, you're ruthless. Maybe it's giving side effects of like moodiness, aggression, anger, or something of the sort. Okay, with child in reverse, it's giving like, yeah, maybe you're becoming depressed. You got calm in reverse too. Maybe it's like aggressively causing you to be depressed. You know, you don't, you're losing your inner peace. You're losing like your innocence, and it's like it could be growing, that this energy is growing. I really feel like now, Loki, there is a medicine or medication. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional when it comes to none of this stuff. I'm just reading what I'm interpreting. But when I put everything together, it's giving like there is an issue when it comes to maybe some type of treatment or some type of medication that you're taking, and um, it could be compromising your health really in general, and maybe causing you like some type of mental issues, as well as like maybe how you perceive things. It could be giving you like suicidal thoughts, as well as yeah, like depression and like maybe anger, irritability. Okay, we're gonna dive into it a little bit more, please. But let's see. I want to really clarify. Doctor, that flew out. Okay, so we have yeah, it's like a routine. So there's some type of, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So there's some type of routine that you do when it comes to medication. Maybe you take it over and over. Maybe it's just that you are a doctor and you work really hard and you take it over and over again or something like, yeah, you're like responsible with this repetitive action when it comes to these energies. But I do want to clarify exactly what we need to know, like, so I can pinpoint it. So you could be taking anxiety meds, you could be taking meds for depression, you could be taking meds for insomnia. Maybe these are side effects of them. Maybe the doctor is your therapist. Maybe you need to reconsider what doctor you're talking to about your trauma. It's giving like it's something you do repetitively when it comes to mental health or physical health. Very much mental or physical health. And you just need to get a second opinion because it might not be aligned with you. It might be like actually doing the exact opposite of what it's supposed to be doing. It might be causing some type of like maybe even I believe low key suicidal thoughts or like maybe homicidal thoughts and or like it's increasing your aggression in some type of way and like that's yeah that's crazy that I'm getting this energy. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so let's continue, please. I really hope this is not true, but so with Butcher, we have, yeah, so new ideas. We have Page of Swords. Maybe new ideas are developing that are like toxic or like new ideas of like murderous ideas. You know, maybe like the way you communicate is not the way you normally communicate. Maybe you're like very aggressive in your communication. Maybe you're like ruthless. You say some cruel things like you snap. You know, like maybe it's affecting you in a mental way. And I feel like with collaboration as well, maybe like your people, some people are vocalizing it and they're like, hey, we see this development in you. What could it be? I feel like if you feel this is resonating in some type of way, it's because, or like if you were like, if this is resonating, it's trying to confirm to you because you've been asking, what is going on with me? Why am I like feeling this type of way? Why am I doing this type of like aggressive energy? Why am I thinking maybe homicidal or suicidal thoughts? I don't know if I'm allowed to even say that. But let me get. So you could be been doing this for a long time now. Like you may not even notice where it's coming from now because it's like maybe it's a long-term reaction. So maybe like you've been taking the pills now for 10 years and it just now starting. But it seems like it wouldn't be the pills because it's been 10 years but it's a new development. Yeah, I feel like that's what's going on. So like you've been doing this action because this is a physical manifestation of the pentacles, but the new thing is mental. So the mental issues are new. The physical issues aren't. They you've been doing these pills. You've been going physically to the therapist, and like I don't know. I'm just doing whatever I can. Like you know, it's giving though physical, as in like maybe taking medication. Because the pentacles could be pills or something of the sort. Like you know, little pinnacles. I'm just saying that. I don't know if people actually use pinnacles for pills. I'm just doing that because I feel like so. It's so. So like these are the results from a long term thing that you do consistently, regularly that has to do with your mental that it has to do with your health, some type of um prescription or some type of doctor like something that your doctor did prescribe to you that you might have to get reevaluated for. Maybe you have even brought it up to them and they don't um listen to you or they don't think so. They probably try to think of something else. Maybe you got a new medication that is now messing up with your old medication. I don't know exactly what it is, but let's get more information, please. On just overall, I just want to get some more information, please. Yeah, you could be being more of a bitch. You're being more cruel, more bitter. Okay, you could be more cold-hearted. Maybe I feel like you could even be more influenced by negativity. So, like, say if someone says something to you negative, or like you go through something. Oh, well, that's the wrong card. What the heck? Well, never mind. I thought I saw the three of swords. Yeah, I did see the three of swords, but anyway, I picked up the wrong card. You could be going through things that is like traumatic and it's making you more easily influenced by it. Like maybe you can't get over it emotionally as much as you could have previously or something. So like this are the long term effects of whatever you have been doing with the doctor. I am not a doctor. I am not a gynecologist, a pediatrologist. I don't know any other ologist. I'm not anything. Okay. So there could be like maybe your people, like your family has seen this, maybe your wife, like you, maybe you're married and they seen the change in you and they like kind of maybe even said something to you about it, and you didn't want to hear them, listen to them because they're not a doctor, they're not gynecologist, they're not whatever the heck ologist, and you're a psychologist, like you're like, yo, you don't know what you're even talking about, because but they saw it happening beforehand. Someone in your family may have like tried to support you, but in a way that was a little bit anti what you were trying to do for yourself. So like, let's say you did take medication for anxiety, and the side effects you didn't really give a fuck about because you want to, handle your anxiety, and then they were like, "Hey, I was researching these drugs, and I don't think this is like the choice that you should do. Maybe you should reconsider." And you were just like, "Yeah, nah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing." And they were just like, "Okay, well, I love you regardless." But then now they're maybe even getting affected by it. Maybe it's starting to go into your home life as well with the Three of Wands and stuff. But I was looking at it as foresight, but also you could be expanding into now bothering your marriage, bothering your family, bothering your community, you know. All right, let's just close it out. I should have gotten my crystals. Can we close it out, please? So with the the Knight of Wands coming out, the energy is like causing you to be maybe even impulsive. Maybe you developed a new like mental thing. And we also have the okay. So with the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Wands, excuse me, is giving like you don't really trust, like you don't, like you're scared to take a new medication. Maybe it really helped with your, like maybe you're like afraid to do that because you don't want to go back to your old self. Like you're dependent now on your medication. But I'm gonna be real with you. When you do take medication, they have to either strengthen it because your brain, like I'm gonna just use the word adapts to it. I don't know exactly the word I'm trying to look for, but it's not adapts, but it adapts to it. And then also it becomes dependent on it. Thank you. It becomes dependent on it, and it stops producing so much of this, and now you have to take more. What was I going with that? With medication. Long story short, I was doing some psychology with drugs, and I was trying to tell you what I learned with it, but I forgot what I was going. Anyway, so yeah, it's giving like you just don't want to go down this path because you're afraid of like it being a bad choice, or being like, ooh, imagine you've been taking it for a while and now you have to like completely withdraw to see if these like that's gonna be a hard smack, you know, back to reality type of thing. So it's potential like fear, you're kind of scared to go on this adventure. I feel like you're like getting ready to do it, but you have to like kind of build it up. It's not like you're reluctant. It's more or less like you're prepped, like you're pep talking yourself. The devil's at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you could be very dependent on these medications as well. So you just don't know what to do. But I'm gonna run off because I am being called really hard to go get the crystal deck. So I'm going to run off, and I'm gonna go run and get the crystal deck so I can pull that. So like temporary pause. Okay, so really quickly, we're just gonna pull one. Okay, sorry. We're gonna pull one card from the crystal deck. Okay. Oh my gosh, my whole deck is messed up. So Ruby came out. Infinity. So it says, stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. So low key, that's a little bit of an insult. I'm not gonna lie, but it's giving like you don't have to, I guess, depend on everything. Like these are like just trust that this is your path. This is, you're gonna be supported and protected in the course. It's for the greater good for your life and your situation. And depending and staying in put, it's kind of like hurting yourself, playing it small, settling type of energy. Because if you can find out the solution to your issue and become and come out better and bigger than you were previously with the right prescription, with the right, you know, type of situation, treating people that you love better and everything in that sort, is giving like you can resolve this issue, even though it might be a little tiny bit painful. The overall result will be bigger and better for you. So that's what I would take it as, right? But it does seem like a little bit of a slap in the face. But okay, so with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I am not a doctor, so this is, for entertainment purposes, I'm just going to say that really quickly. And, if this resonates, good for you. God is good. If it doesn't resonate, please enjoy. Love you. Peace.